Hey guys, Gathering the Magic back again, and wanted to do a video like this for quite a while. Several months ago, actually it might have been even a year ago or more, I used to track the prices of all the different packs week to week. Usually I think it was on Saturdays or Sundays, just to kind of see how the prices were trending. Just did that with packs, didn't really do it with singles. Just want to kind of start that again, maybe once a week or once every couple of weeks, or at least once a month, just kind of see where all these prices are going. Now it seems like we're getting kind of out of the bear market and things are starting to trend upward as far as Splinterlands is going. So just wanted to bring all this to your attention. So I went through just about an hour or so ago and went through the market and just wrote down all this information. So starting with packs, it looks like packs for alpha are around $82. I remember probably was like a year and a half ago where alpha packs seem to be like in the low hundreds, 110, 120, somewhere in that range. So of course, with everything else that's happened in the last year and a half, a lot of these prices have gone down, but it looks like they're starting to trend back up again. So alpha is sitting at 82, beta's at 32, Untamed is at 12. I still think Untamed is just a fantastic set for the cards that it has in it. I mean, I know this just rotated out of Modern, and that's why Untamed packs and singles have kind of taken a hit. But just as far as long-term value goes, I think Untamed is really undervalued when you consider the cards like, Kitty and Llama and Jotun and all those. This to me was a great long-term hold for anyone that has Untamed packs in their possession. Hang on to them, guys. I think this is a good set to hang on to long term. Dice and Orb, I wasn't really familiar with the cards in that set. We'll go through that in a little bit. Dice packs are just under $7, and Orb is sitting at 18. As we know with Chaos Legion, those packs are under $1. Still great buy. I mean, if you can get packs under $1 and use these for workers for land, why not? Riftwatchers just went out of print recently. The packs a couple days ago, I think, went above $5, maybe $5.30, $5.40, somewhere in that range. So sitting right around the $4.75 to $5 range, pretty much. You guys know I love Riftwatchers. They ended up burning, 1.7 million out of the 3 million packs. So not a whole lot of Riftwatchers out there. Sealed packs, you're looking at under 150,000 sealed packs, of a brand new set. Chaos Legion, there's a couple million packs sitting out there. Riftwatchers, under 150,000. So fantastic set. Very powerful cards, awesome cards that are not going to rotate out of Modern anytime soon. So, I really expect that price to hold and go up. Rebellion just came out. Everyone loves it. Great set. Love the art. Just under $4, so not much to say about Rebellion. Packs prices are going to stay probably right around there because the set's going to be out for the next several months. So that's just a look at some of the sealed packs. So now looking at sets, if we look at Alpha, so let's go to Alpha. So for the commons, you're looking anywhere from 55 cents to $1.95. The one promo card is $7.50. So let's look at commons. So your one promo card is a Dragon Whelps that's sitting right around $7.50. Otherwise, like I said, you're looking at 55 cents to $2.10. Fantastic set. I mean, the first set. Anytime you can get cards from the very first set of any game, always good to have. You can look at the print numbers here, the commons, between 4,000 and 5,000. To be able to get some of these cards for $1 or less, to me, is a no-brainer. So love Alpha. Loved Alpha and Magic the Gathering. Love it here. If we look at the rares, so you're looking at $2 up to about 16 for Ulrich. If you take Ulrich out of the equation, he's kind of the outlier. You're looking at, $2 to $5 for a rare, and these are summoners, a couple of them. So those are the prices for the rares. Your epics, you're looking at 8 to 40. This is kind of the outlier, the Screaming Banshee. So most of the cards are 8 to 20. Actually, Screaming Banshee, I believe, is the promo. Nope, that's the Royal Dragon Archer. So it must be for the rare. Yep, so you can see how the rares are a lot higher priced, of course, being promos. So let's look at legendaries. So your legendaries for alpha, let's take out the promo card. Looking at 50. I put the high price here, 557. Like I said, that's just simply because this is the only copy on the market, so this person could basically put it for whatever they wanted. If you're looking at more realistic prices, you're looking at $50 to $100, which still, to get a legendary from the very first set ever created in Splinterlands for 50 to 100 bucks, I think is pretty good. So those are the regular foils. Now if we go to the golds, you can see how these jump up in price. So just looking at the commons, 50 bucks, and then I put the high prices 1,000. But more realistically, you're looking at 50 to like maybe 300. These are pretty much the real cost, I want to say. These, if you look, the reason they are so high is because there's only one copy of each out there. I mean, even some of these, there's only 2 copies. There are just no gold foil alpha cards out there, hardly at all. I mean, look at how low these numbers are. Well, just to begin with, look at the circulation numbers. You're looking in the 300s, and there's only, single digits on the market. So anytime you can get a gold foil, anything for alpha, just hang on to it. Rares, there's only 6 rares on the market, so let's look at the regular foil. So there's 20 regular rares for alpha. So out of those 20, there's only 6 of the 20 on the market. And all single copies, except for this one, there's 3. It's just there are no gold alpha cards on the market. To prove that, let's look at epics. Look, none. Let's look at legendaries. None. So being the first set, being extremely rare, I'm surprised that commons are this cheap when you've got other cards that there's just nothing out there. So, alpha is the king as far as value goes, and I think it always will be. But for me personally, I want to start picking up some of these commons, rares, epics even, just regular foil, just to have those in my collection. Okay, moving on to beta. So let's move on to beta. And let's look at regular foil. So to me, I love beta cards for my $10 account. One of the main reasons are I don't have a lot of money to spend, of course, since I have to figure out how to earn DEC in-game. You guys know from following my channel, I play Splinter Forge, convert the Forge over to DEC, and then use that to buy some cards. One of the great things I love about beta is it only takes 5 cards to get it to level 3, which is max bronze. The newer cards take 14 copies. These only take 5. And a lot of times I just want to have a single copy just to be able to play it. So if you look at the commons for beta, you're looking 13 cents for the Silver Shield Warrior, all the way up to, this is a promo card, so your highest is 73 cents. So under $1 for a single copy of a beta card, I think is pretty good. Like I said, $1 for this common summoner. Going for the rares, still sitting at a decent, just above 50 cents for the rares, all the way up to the one outlier again with Alric being 722. If you take him out, your highest cost is only 270 for Cerebus, and this is a great card. Mushroom Seer, another great card, and then you're looking at a couple summoners for right around $2 for beta. And like I said, this is really good for people that are playing in bronze, like me, where you need a summoner. You only need 3 copies. So 3 copies will get you a max bronze summoner that you can use. Let's just look at the summoners. Let's just isolate those right now. Of course, Alric is the main one with that +1 magic, but just look at the other ones. You're looking at just above $1.25 to $2 to pick up 1 copy of each of these summoners for your deck is not bad. Gives you some more versatility for your bronze deck, and at a pretty good price. So, love the beta cards. So let's go ahead and look at the epics. So your epics for beta, 28. and they're going anywhere from $2, which the Dwarven Wizard I think is a great card, up to your highest is $13.70 for one of the epic summoners. So that's your range there for the epics, and of course you're looking at anywhere it looks like from like 2 to 6, 7,000, so still pretty low print runs. And then going on to the legendary cards for beta, your cheapest you're looking at right around $12, and take out these two promos. Voldemort is just so much higher than anything else, you know, almost 750. Prince Renan, almost 300. Other than these two kind of kings of the set, you're looking at $100 or less. So anywhere from about $12 to $100 for most of the legendaries in beta. And then if we check out the gold foils, so if you notice the regular commons, you're looking at, you know, 13 cents. There's a lot of them here under 20 cents. You jump to gold, you're looking at basically $5 minimum. So that's a big difference in your multiplier. I mean, a lot of times it looks like your multiplier is usually 10 times. So you would think a lot of these gold cards would be, you know, $1.50 to $2. So it kind of surprised me when there's that much of a difference. We're looking at $4.80. I think a lot of this is because of land, because of getting that multiplier for betas, getting that 5x. So that might be another good reason if you're building a bronze deck to just go for the regular foils that are so much cheaper than the golds. I mean, I love the gold foils for that bonus, but just value-wise, if you're just looking to build your deck, just concentrate on picking up a few of these cheap cards. Like I said, 5 copies of each, you know, 80 cents, you know, 50, 60 cents. You've got a max bronze card, so not bad there. So those are your gold commons. Like I said, just under $5. Moving on up to $8. Nope. Moving on up to $36. I'm not sure why the Silver Shield Knight is this expensive. Maybe because there's only 3 of them. This seems to be kind of skewed. I would say the highest price one is basically 20, because this one is a promo card. Okay, so your rares, you're looking at 22 up to about 65 for Medusa. So that's your range for the rares. Epics, of course, 85. 750, is that realistic? I guess if there's only 3 on the market, you can set your price. Other than these two, it looks like 400 is kind of the high end for epic golds for beta. And then legendary, you get the ridiculous prices. So you can see there's only 1 or 2 copies of each of these. People can basically ask whatever they want. So kind of hard to put a value on it. It's basically just whatever you're willing to spend. Okay, next set let's look at is Untamed. Another great set to pick up commons if you're looking to build your deck. Let's go to Untamed. So 3 cents for a card. Now the one big difference is, of course, like I said, beta is great because at level 3 you only need 5. Untamed is a set where now you need 14. So even though the prices may be pretty much the same, you know, you're looking at just a few pennies, realize that you need 14 copies of these, not 5. Won't spend a whole lot of time on this, but as you can see, you know, the prices are very, very affordable for commons. But just realize, like I said, you need to get 14 of them if you're going to max a common. Let's look at rares. 14 cents for rares, not bad. And then, of course, the highlight of the set for the rares are the summoners. Remember when this card was $20, $30, $40? It may have been higher than that. Now it's under 3.5. So if you ever wanted a Mylar, you know, this may be the time. Shield Bearer. I can't believe this card has dipped since this morning. I think the when I looked at it earlier today, it was like $1.10, $1.15. Shield Bearer under $1. I think that is a absolute must buy if you don't have it already. Unicorn Mustang, another one. Both of these cards I remember when they were multiples of what they are now. You know, $5, $6, $7 or more. So a lot of these have come down since it's rotated out of Modern, but still, great time to pick up some very playable cards for your bronze deck, especially if you're playing in Wild like I am. If you can start getting some of these cards that I don't see a whole lot of in Wild, this is really going to give you an advantage. So a lot of deals here in Untamed. Looking at epics. I'm going to wait for it to upload the pictures. You're looking at just under 50 cents for an epic. Pretty good. And then your one, excuse me, your one promo card, Halfling Alchemist. I can remember this was around 18 to 20 bucks for quite a while, so it's dipped down to 8. Very useful card. Having that having ability is pretty rare, so might be a card you want to target. You know, some really good cards: Coil Wraith, Axe Master, Lobsterdamus. So, but still, you know, $3 or less for an epic is not bad. And then going for the legendaries, looking at anywhere from just over $3 to, you guys know who's in this set: Kitty, Jotun, Llama. Look at Kitty, $128. Is this the low for Kitty? Is it going to go to 100? Is it going to go slightly under 100? Remember, this card was what, 250, 300 per BCX? Maybe more. So with it rotating out, it's really dropped, but still hasn't changed the fact that it's one of the best cards in the game. So definitely, if you are looking to spend some money, this might be a good time to pick up. There's Kron for under 25, so lots of great deals in Untamed. Let's look at the gold cards. So your common gold cards are going to be just over $1. And one of the things I noticed, let me take a look at it. Nope, it still does take 38. I was thinking these took a little bit less. I think I'm thinking of beta. I think some of the beta common gold foils start at level 4, not level 3. So that's something that I wanted to point out earlier. But still, to get a common card gold foil just over $1 gets you to level 3 right off the bat. Not a bad deal. So these range all the way up to, let's just look at commons for now. 547 for the Failed Summoner is the high-priced one. Sandworm, of course, is a great card, as is Serpentine Spy. So for right around $5 or less, you can get some really good cards in gold foil. Looking at rares, they range from 5 up to 27, $28, 29 for a couple of the summoners. Very affordable. Remember, this gets you a Max Bronze card, or Max Bronze play. So if you have one copy of Lorna Shine, she's level 2 being gold. You can play her and max with all your max level bronze cards. Okay, next let's look at the epics. So now you start getting pricey. Now you start getting $25 range on up. Taking out the Halfling Alchemist, you're looking at about $78 for Shadowy Presence, probably because there's only 3 on the market. Other than that, you're looking at about $50. So $25 to $50 is a good range for the epics. And the legendaries, it gets to the point where it's almost name your price, starting at a couple $100. But if you notice, look at the print numbers, guys. Very low hundreds, or less than 100 of each of these gold foils. So investment-wise, long-term, gold foil legendaries. Very, very pricey, but hey, if you're a person that's got the cash, got the money, and if you're looking 3, 5, 6 years down the road, if Splinterlands continues to do well, starts to grow the player base, when land is completed, when the new player experience is improved, other advertising, other players and investors come into the game, there's only 100 copies of some of these out there, yeah, they're going to disappear real quick. So exciting times for Splinterlands, I think, in the next couple years. All right, so that's Untamed. So let's move on over to Dice. So Dice is an interesting set just because it is so small. There's not a lot of cards in Dice, so there's really not a lot to go over. So Dice, you can look at it here, go on Untamed and then Dice. This is it for the commons. There's 6 commons, 5 to 12 cents. Ton of them out there, 27,000 to 30-some thousand of each. So very affordable. And then if you look at the gold foil version, your gold foil version, you're looking at 20 to 30 times the price. But still, $1.20, almost $1.50 to $3 for some of these. So I know when you would open a pack of these, I think I saw some people open packs, you would get like sometimes a multiple. Like you would get 2 Nega Brutes in one pack, so that's kind of weird. So let's look at the rares. So the rares, of course, are all summoners. So one of the cool things about dice is if all you get is your standard pack of 4 commons and a rare, at least you know your rare is a summoner. You just hope that your rare is not Vera. So Mylor, of course, was multiples of what he is now. So these are very affordable. These are the two main ones in the set, Lorna and Mylor. So you're looking at $1.75, just under $3.50. So good prices. And like I said, the gold foils are, if you look at these, anywhere from 10 to 15 times the multiplier. So those are the rares, epics. Look at regular. So the epics, very cheap, very affordable, 53 cents up to 86 cents. And then the gold foils, you start getting in the mid 30s. And then finally looking at legendaries. Let's look at the regular. So there's 10 legendaries, but there's only 6 of the gold foils that are even up for sale. And if you notice, several of them only have 1 copy. And look at the print runs, under 100. So if you're looking just to get like some of the rarest cards in the game, it's gold foil legendaries from Dice. Just under 100 copies of each, and just, ridiculous prices. But if you're not looking at gold foils, then you're just looking at, a little over $7 to 65 for Epona. So that is Dice. Let's move on over to Orb. Another set where I was like, Orb, what is Orb? Where did that come from? So Orb came from, if you look under Beta, Essence Orbs. These are your Beta cards, or your Orb cards. So let's look at the regular foils. So there's only 4 cards. So this is another set where if you would open a pack of these, you would get like maybe 2 Armor Smiths or 2 Ogres, maybe even 3, because there's only 4 commons in the Orb packs. So very affordable, 14 to 18 cents. You go to the rares, 55 to 64 cents. I like this card a lot. I picked this up for, I think, both my accounts. I just love the fact that it's very low mana and it has Affliction for death. So really like this card, and at 64 cents, it was a good buy for me. Looking at the golds, you can see the golds get very pricey, under 500 basically for each one. Let's look at the epics. So your epics, you've got 2. That's it. Yep. So there is a set where there's only 2 epics. So you got your Dwarven Wizard and your Mermaid Healer. You can see the prices here, a couple of bucks. I think those are very good value for an epic with that low print run. Being a neutral, fits in Little League battles, has magic damage and snipe. Very useful card. And of course, you can't go wrong with a healer. It only costs 3 mana, 4 hit points, decent hit points. So very good cards. And then if we look at legendaries, there's 3, at least 3 for sale. Not sure if there's a way to look up if there are more than these cards. I'm assuming there was only these 3 that were legendaries in Orbs. But then if you look for the gold foil, there's only 1 Minotaur Warlord for sale. There are no Corrupted Pegasus or Lords of Fire and gold foil on the marketplace. So that just shows you how rare they are. And look at the Warlord, there's only 39. So once again, some of these smaller sets, even though it kind of stinks that there's not many cards in it, if you get lucky and get one of the gold foil legendaries, very, very pricey cards. Okay, so now let's get into the main set that everyone knows about, Chaos Legion. Probably don't need to tell you guys anything that you don't know already about Chaos Legion. Tons of cards out there. And of course, the commons are going to be extremely cheap. Let's just look at the notepad. So for Chaos Legion, the main points that I want to go through here, your commons are very cheap. The 15 cents, I think, was for the Scavo Hireling. Rares, very cheap. 46 cents is the high for Kelia. I remember when Kelia was $2 to $3 per BCX. That's come down to 46 cents. So once again, if you haven't built your deck yet, or if you're new to the game, Chaos Legion packs and summoners are a very good way and very inexpensive way to build a deck so you can start playing Splinterlands. Epics, 12 cents to 90 cents. Some of the better ones are in the 75 cent to 90 cent range, but still a great buy for an epic. And then your legendaries go from anywhere just under $1 to the high was Immortalis at $15. Some of the promo cards that came from the Chaos Legion era. Oh sure, $22. Dr. Blight is $30, so pretty affordable from where he was. Zerial's at $32.50. Waka is $2.50, and Lux is sitting at $3.90. And then for your gold foils, your commons are anywhere from 35 cents or so up to $1.50. Your rares basically $2 to $4. Your epics, gold foil epics, this is what I love for land. This is my main card that I look for land. Just under $9 to $11. To me, very affordable. I love gold foil epics on land because 1 BCX is basically 1/10 of max. So if you buy one gold foil epic card, that's only going to cost you 1,000 DEC to put it on land. So if you're someone that is looking to save on DEC costs for your plots of land, gold foil epics might be the way to go. I know they're a little bit pricey, but the nice thing is they only use 1,000 DEC each, and these are cards that you can level over time as you can afford to buy more. So even if you just have a 1 BCX gold foil epic, you're getting 600 production points, and you're only spending 1,000 DEC. So just something to consider. And then for gold foil legendaries, sitting at right around $50. I was kind of surprised. The most expensive one was Grum at just under $94, but that's what the market showed today. And then these are the prices for your gold foil legendaries. No Wakas on the market. I was surprised on that. Next set is Riftwatchers. So one of the things with Riftwatchers is they burned over 50% of the total production. There's only 150,000 packs left. Commons, you can see, yep, the commons are pretty cheap. Some of the rares are pretty cheap. But then if you look at the epics, look at the gold foils. Not very many for a main set. Well, I guess Riftwatchers isn't considered a main set. It's kind of considered a mini set. But still, that's not a whole lot of gold foil summoners. You're looking at 600 or less of each. And remember, too, this is with a majority of the packs opened. I think there's like 900,000 packs that were opened, and there's like 1.5 million, or 900,000 that were opened and 150,000 or less that remain sealed. So there's 6 times as many opened as are sealed. So to me, that's telling me that there's probably going to be maybe another 100 or 125 of each of these gold foil epic summoners that's going to be opened when all the packs get opened. So you're going to look at this total is going to be 700 to 750 would be my guess. It's going to be the high number for how many gold foil epics are from Riftwatchers. And if we look at legendary cards, another reason I love Riftwatchers, it's just some of these cards are just so good. Inevitable, $32. Immolation, $25. Agor right around 20. Coral Lurker just under 20. Sea-Wreck, strong at 17. And a lot of these other ones I think are decent too. I use Ra all the time. I use Runemancer Kai all the time. You've got a couple that are on the lower end, but even them are, even these cards are holding right around $5. So, and the print runs, as you can see, 3,100. So, like I said, if there's 900,000 that were open, 150,000 left, I'm looking at maybe another 500-600 of each of these legendaries that might show up in packs. And of course, these were opened before your last 2 airdrops, so there's twice as many Ras as there are Immolation and Inevitables. So I don't think you're going to get anywhere near 3,000 of these 2 cards by the time all the packs are open. So just something to keep in mind. And once again, look at the numbers on the print runs for some of the gold foil legendaries when they first came out. The older ones, you're looking at right around 300, upper 200s to 300. The newer ones, you're looking at 130. So I don't think either one of these is going to hit 200. And then you figure you got to combine 4 of them to get max level. You're probably going to have 50 to 60 max level of each of these cards. So that is Riftwatchers. And then Rebellion, the newest set, awesome set. So looking at Rebellion, so Rebellion already, 10,000 of each. there's just going to be a flood of these cards. They're going to be like Chaos Legion almost, where there's just going to be hundreds and hundreds of thousands of these cards. So the value's not going to be in these. The value is going to be in your gold foils, and especially your epics and legendaries. So some of the epics are already pretty pricey. I mean, compared to what the epics are in some other sets, to already be this high, I think these are really going to trend down. Of course, the set's not even been out, what, a month, so these numbers are really going to go up. But there's a lot of great cards, a lot of playable cards, but expect these prices to go down. And then legendaries, you can see the prices on legendaries here, just under $100 up to $230 for a cane. So there you have it, guys. That is the market watch. So I'm going to keep track of this, like I said, every couple of weeks, maybe once a month, and just kind of compare it, month to month. It's like how much have prices changed, how much have they gone up or down? Are there certain cards that are spiking? Certain cards that have, kind of crashed in price. So hope you guys found this interesting. Hope you found it useful. Like I said, this is the first part of the new series where I'll go through this every so often. Like I said, my goal is every week, but depending on how much time I have to go through all this, it might be once every 2 weeks. So hope you enjoyed. Hope you guys are excited for 2024. Hope you guys have a great new year. If there's anything that I missed in the marketplace that you are wondering about or asking about, it's like, hey, Gathering, how come you didn't go over, this part or that part? Please leave a comment and I will answer your comment as soon as I can. Okay, guys, remember, stay the course, keep on splinter forging, and definitely have fun in 2024. Take care.